CompTIA A Core 2, Complete Training Course. Exam Objective 1.9 Identify common features and tools of the Linux Client Desktop Operating System. Network commands. When working in a Linux operating system, there will be times when you need to test connectivity, troubleshoot network issues, or gather information about how your system communicates with other devices. This is where network commands come into play. In this video segment, we'll walk through some of the most common Linux network commands and how they are used. To begin, the IP command is used to view and manage network settings. It provides information such as your IP address, network interfaces, and routing details. For example, running a command like IP address show will display the IP addresses assigned to your system's network interfaces. This is especially useful when verifying network configurations or troubleshooting connectivity issues. Once you understand your system's network configuration, the next step is testing connectivity, which is where the ping command comes in. You may remember this command from earlier when we covered Windows command line tools, and the concept works in a very similar way here in the Linux CLI. The ping command is used to test communication between your system and another device on a network by sending small packets of data and waiting for a response. If the target responds, it confirms that communication is working. If there is no response, it may indicate a network issue. For example, running ping google.com allows you to test whether your system can reach an external website. If you need to go a step further and see how data is traveling across the network, the traceroute command can help. You may remember a similar command from earlier when we covered Windows, called traceRT, and traceroute serves the same purpose here in the Linux CLI. Traceroute is used to track the path that data takes from your system to a destination, showing each step, or hop, along the way. Each hop represents a device, such as a router, that the data passes through on its way to the final destination. This is especially useful for identifying where a network issue may be occurring. If communication fails or becomes slow, traceroute can help pinpoint where, along the path, the problem is happening. In addition to connectivity, it's also important to understand how domain names are translated into IP addresses, which is where the dig command comes into play. You may remember a similar tool from earlier when we covered Windows, called NSLOOKUP, and dig serves the same purpose here in Linux. The dig command is used to query domain name system, or DNS servers, allowing you to retrieve information about domain names and their corresponding IP addresses. For example, running dig example.com will return detailed DNS information. Within the output, the most important section to focus on is the answer section, where you can see the IP address associated with the domain. This is helpful when troubleshooting name resolution issues and confirming that a domain is resolving correctly. To round things out, the curl command is used to transfer data between your system and a server. It is commonly used to test connectivity to websites or APIs and verify that a service is responding. Unlike ping, which only checks basic connectivity, curl attempts to communicate with a web service and retrieve actual data, giving you a clearer picture of whether that service is working properly. For example, running curl https://example.com will attempt to retrieve data from that website. If the request is successful, the server will respond with content, such as HTML from a web page, or even data from a database, confirming that the service is reachable and responding correctly. This makes curl especially useful when troubleshooting web-based services, as it allows you to verify not just that a connection exists, but that the server is actively returning data. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more great content.